vibing it out. So for question 1 here, asking us to simplify, right? They are saying the following: square root of the whole thing over that question, right? Well, it says simplify the following without using a calculator. So the fortunate thing is you just want to know your surd laws. So your surd laws will tell you that the square root symbol goes for it goes for everything here individually, including the what you may call, including the variables. But without worrying about the square root symbol, you can just multiply these two first, because these are already things you can multiply. 16 times 4 gives you 64. X cubed times x to the power 3 again is going to give you x to the power 6. This whole thing under square root, you can deal with that later. Same here at the bottom, these are like terms. 2 plus 2 gives you 4. And then to the power 4, because those are like terms, remember. And then, now that we have done what we have done, we can now deal with the square root symbol. Because remember, the square root symbol tells us we can put square root of 64, get an answer. Square root of x to the power of 6, get an answer. At the bottom here, our laws tell us that the 4 has to be squared, the x to the power of 4 also has to be squared. You get it, because all the surd laws are the same as exponential laws. So you see a surd here, it went for each individual value here, because we can. And then it says here, the square goes for each individual here, as the law says, you see. So
Okay. I have a quick question.
Mhm.
Okay. So I got desperate and then I decided to like download Photomath and also use Photomath for this question. And then Photomath, what it did, right, is by the top part, it said 2 to the power of 3 times square root x to the power of 2.
Yo, I was sneezing, so I missed the
Pardon?
last part. I said I had to sneeze, so I missed the very last part of what you said.
Oh, okay. Let me repeat again. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was desperate and I used Photomath, right, it said that for the top part, right, the numerator, the second step was 2 to the power of 3 times square root x squared. And I'm wondering where the square root x squared comes from.
Yeah. So the thing is, here, when you're carrying on from here, square root of 64 is 8. But then the square root of x to the power of 6 here, remember the 2 goes under the 6, which is going to be x to the power of 6 over 2, like that. 4 squared is 16. This 8 can give you just an 8 as the exponent. So what you are, oh, excuse me, sorry. What you are referring to, you said you're seeing square root of what?
Square root of x squared. But if you put it like the exponent with the the outside exponent, it gives you 1. But then when you write it, right, it gives you 3.
Well, 8 to 6 over 2 is a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here, I mean, 8 over 16, that's a half. And then 3 minus 6, that's going to give you a minus something. But that means 3 here cancels 3 at the bottom. So you have x to the power 5 at the bottom.
Yeah, your answer is right, but then I'm just wondering why it's so different to the other answer and like so
So you're saying
basic.
that there was a written out answer for this.
Let me show you a picture because I just really don't understand where they got it from though.
Yeah, you can send through the written out image. Then we can sort it out. So those pictures should appear here any second now. There we go. 2 other pictures. Okay, let's scrutinize the pictures. Put them through the paces. Okay, so you said here there is x to the power of okay. Yeah, wait a minute. X, 2 to the power of 3 is 8. And then x, yeah, that's the thing. Where is this all this even coming from in the first place? Oh, wait. Huh? Wait, the only logical thing could be if they say the square root of 16, right, is 4, square root of x to the power of 3 would have given them this, and then square root of 4 would have been a 2, and then square root of this would have been square root of 2 with x cubed here. And then 8, 2 times 4 is 8, which is where you can maybe have 2 to the power of 3. But then this multiplied by itself, the idea is, remember, here you already have 2 under the 3, right? So you can have x 2 under the 3, x with 2 under the 3. And then the bases are the same, so you have to add the exponents, which is still going to give you 2 to the power of 3, and then x here to the power of 3 also. So yeah, of which this whole thing here, if you put it like this, you can maybe have them both with the cube there, but then that doesn't do anything much. Because if you carry on from here, the bottom part, right, was, the bottom part here, we can see it's just still going to be this plus itself squared, which is, like what, 4x to the power of 4, the whole thing of 2. So this thing is what now? 8 over, wait, why is this answer coming out different? No. 4 squared is 16, so it's still going to be 8 over 16. 4 times 2 is going to be 8x. This answer still comes out like this, but there's no way that this is, I don't know where this came from.
Wait, maybe I colored it wrong. No, it's still like that. The answer is still like that. Let me show you like a step, like where it does that in that part only.
Yeah. So whatever this is, yeah. The answer is what you call. The answer is yeah. Okay, fine. You can quickly check what you want to check on this one.
See, I'll send you a picture.
See, on the one that you wrote, what's missing is the other x, or it looks like a times here. You see?
Oh,
Yeah. Whereas it's supposed to be an x yeah, the way they wrote it, it looks like a multiplication symbol, but it's actually another x. So that's how you saw it. I think you saw it as a times instead of an x, because if you look at the picture that they have here, it's actually x squared multiplied by x squared under a square root. You see, which gives us x to the power of 3, which is what we need for this question to make sense. But let me show you here. You see here, they wrote out 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x squared multiplied by square root of x squared, of which the square root here cancels the 2 there. Then you have 2 to the power of 3 times x squared times x, which is 2 with x cubed, like that.
oh, I see.
Yeah, so this is an x, this is an x. This is not a multiplication symbol.
But then why did they separate it in the first place? I could have not separated it. It's not even mathematically correct.
Yeah, so the one reason why they may have separated it is because they are seeing here you're dealing with a 4, right? So here, if you also at least have a square, the only way you can have a 4 and a square here is if you have 4x squared times an x, so that when you will put it under a square root, you will have square root of 4, square root of x squared, and then multiplied by maybe square root of x, but whichever way, I don't know. Just a dumb way of doing it, really, at the end of the day. But I think here, there's nothing wrong with what you were doing. I think it was just the way you saw it. But we already showed that whichever way, whatever method you use, you're going to end up with this thing here.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
I see.